Future Media's OneAfrica TV talks to former Plan Combatants Association chairperson, retired Rear Admiral Sinsy Bamba Nghipandua about the association's thoughts on Dr. Sam Nujoma. I am Selma Taapopi.
FPCA was formally launched in August 2022 to strive for the speedy action and actual implementation of welfare benefits for all the former plan combatants and their dependents. That was one. Second is to assist in all efforts seeking for the long-term survival of the SWAPO party and preserve its legacy as a former liberation movement. And three is to capacitate the former combatants to enable them to partake in Namibia's economic mainstream. Shortly after the launching, FPCA was accepted as an affiliate to the SWAPO party. Obviously so, because Plan was part and parcel of the liberation movement. SWAPO, as it is armed wing. Its primary role was to wage war against the colonial regime and liberate Namibia. Plan had played such a role under Comrade Nujoma as its supreme command. Not need to mention that Comrade Nujoma was also an honorary member of the Former Plan Combatants Association. As regard to the most significant aspect of Dr. Nujoma's leadership, we remember him as a visionary leader of unmatched political, diplomatic, and military skills. His leadership style was characterized by a combination of charismatic, transformational, and servant leadership. During the War of Liberation, he sacrificed his entire time to ensure that Namibia and its people are free. So when the military situation demanded, I remember Nujoma was there mobilizing the world for military support, and in the combat zone inspiring his subordinate commanders to do the fightings. When the political or diplomatic situation demanded, he was also there to lead the negotiation and mobilizing the world to rally behind SWAPO. His rhetoric, political and diplomatic speech style has made him a famous Pan-Africanist leader to the world. Post-independent, Dr. Nujoma can be remembered of his spirit for reconciliation, a unifier and a developer. When the war ended, Dr. Nujoma pleaded reconciliation between Namibians. He also pleaded unity of purpose and action between the people of Namibia and that of Africa as a whole. He was that kind of man who had been always encouraging the nations to develop and become self-reliant, particularly in agriculture, in order to create food security. On Dr. Nujoma's influence beyond politics, I can say that his land policy to reclaim land through willing seller, willing buyer was aiming at redressing the wrongs of social injustice. By becoming a farmer, Dr. Nujoma was personally encouraging Namibians to participate in agriculture. And when he, for example, went to do geology at UNAM after stepping down, was another way of influencing the Namibian student to pursue engineering courses and build Namibia. Comrade Nujoma had love and passion for everyone, big or small, and young or old. At his leisure time, particularly during his holiday at the coast, I remember you find Nujoma organizing lunch or dinners for children and elders. You also see him visiting and intermingling with soldiers at their facility in the area. Well, looking at the ambition the founding president had for Namibia, I can say that Comrade Nujoma was a man of big dream. If you look at the project he contemplated, for example, bringing water from DRC Congo through Gove Dam in Angola into northern Namibia, and from the Kavango River into the commercial farmland via Grootfontein, constructing a railway from Chumeb to Angola via Chicago, establishing government agricultural projects in Kavango and Zambezi, creating a Kalahari corridor linking the Walvis Bay harbor to the rest of SADC and the continent, and declaring free education for Namibia's engineers to enable the country to produce its own manufacturing products. Then you realize how big was his vision for the country. That the policy of national reconciliation introduced by Dr. Nujoma at the independence has succeeded in binding us all together to live in harmony and peace as one Namibia, one nation, until today. So Namibia, Africa, the world, as well as the former plan combatant, has lost a legendary revolutionary, a visionary leader, and a Pan-Africanist. May the soul of the legendary giant of Africa rest in eternal peace.